Hey there, folks! Today we're tackling a pressing issue, car crisis in America. From skyrocketing prices for new cars to soaring insurance costs and expensive repairs, owning a car is becoming a luxury many can't afford. Is this the end of the American dream? The notion of the American dream has long been tied to car ownership, symbolizing freedom, success, and the ability to shape one's destiny. However, in recent years, the automotive industry in the United States has faced significant challenges that threaten this ideal, leading some to speculate that we may be witnessing the end of the American dream as it relates to cars. The confluence of economic factors, shifting consumer preferences, and emerging technologies is reshaping the automotive landscape, and the implications could be profound. Here's a detailed exploration of the factors contributing to the so-called car crisis and its impact on the American dream. Join us as we dive into the heart of this crisis and explore its far-reaching implications. Number 10. Rising vehicle prices and affordability issues. One of the most pressing issues facing American car buyers is the skyrocketing cost of vehicles. As automakers navigate supply chain disruptions, inflation, and increased demand for electric and advanced technology vehicles, the average price of new cars has surged to record levels. According to recent data, the average price of a new vehicle exceeded $48,000, making it increasingly difficult for many consumers to afford a new car. This rise in vehicle prices has significant implications for the American dream, which has traditionally included the idea of owning a car as a symbol of independence and success. With many individuals and families now facing the prospect of long-term financing and higher monthly payments, the dream of car ownership is becoming less attainable for a significant portion of the population. The shift toward leasing and used vehicles, as consumers seek more affordable options, signals a departure from the traditional ideal of owning a new car, fundamentally altering perceptions of the American dream. Number 9. Changing consumer preferences. Consumer preferences are shifting dramatically, with younger generations prioritizing experiences over possessions. This shift is particularly evident in urban areas, where millennials and Gen Z individuals are increasingly opting for alternative transportation options, such as ride-sharing, public transit, and cycling, rather than car ownership. The rise of mobility as a service, MaaS models reflects this trend, as consumers seek flexibility and convenience rather than the burdens associated with owning a vehicle. As the younger demographic increasingly embraces alternative modes of transportation, traditional car ownership may lose its status as a cornerstone of the American dream. This change in mindset challenges the long-held belief that owning a car is synonymous with freedom and success. Instead, the focus is shifting toward accessibility and sustainable living, prompting a reevaluation of what the American dream represents in a rapidly changing society. Number 8. Environmental concerns and sustainability. The growing awareness of climate change and environmental issues is also reshaping attitudes toward car ownership. The automotive industry is under pressure to reduce emissions and transition to electric vehicles, EVs, as part of broader sustainability efforts. While the push for greener alternatives is crucial for the planet's future, it presents challenges for consumers and automakers alike. The initial cost of electric vehicles, coupled with the need for charging infrastructure, can be a barrier for many potential buyers. Although incentives and rebates exist, the transition to electric vehicles may not be feasible for everyone, particularly those in lower income brackets. This situation raises questions about equitable access to sustainable transportation options and whether the American dream of car ownership can coexist with the need for environmental responsibility. Number 7. Impact of economic factors. Economic factors, including rising inflation and interest rates, are further complicating the car crisis. Higher interest rates can lead to increased financing costs for consumers, making it more challenging to afford monthly payments on new or used vehicles. The economic uncertainty stemming from global events, including the pandemic and geopolitical tensions, has contributed to consumer apprehension, leading many to delay purchasing decisions. This economic climate not only affects car sales but also impacts the overall perception of the American dream. As consumers grapple with financial constraints, the dream of owning a car becomes overshadowed by economic realities, leading to a sense of disenchantment and frustration. The struggle to achieve financial stability can overshadow aspirations for car ownership, prompting a reevaluation of what it means to achieve the American dream. Number 6. Technological disruption and the future of mobility. The automotive industry is undergoing rapid technological disruption, with advancements in autonomous driving, connectivity, and artificial intelligence reshaping how we think about transportation. While these innovations have the potential to enhance mobility and convenience, they also raise concerns about job displacement, especially in sectors like truck driving and manufacturing. The emergence of self-driving cars and automated delivery services could transform the landscape of mobility, but it also brings uncertainty about the future of car ownership. As the notion of car ownership evolves, the American dream may shift from the traditional symbol of owning a vehicle to the idea of having access to various mobility options. The integration of technology into transportation will require a significant cultural adjustment as individuals and society at large adapt to new modes of travel and redefine what it means to be mobile. Number 5. Urbanization and infrastructure challenges. As urbanization continues to accelerate in the United States, the infrastructure required to support traditional car ownership is facing significant strain. Many cities are grappling with traffic congestion, limited parking availability, and deteriorating road conditions, making car ownership less desirable for residents in densely populated areas. This trend is particularly pronounced among younger generations, who are increasingly drawn to urban living and the convenience of public transit. The challenges posed by urban infrastructure can deter individuals from pursuing the American dream of car ownership, as the practicalities of navigating city life often conflict with the freedoms associated with having a personal vehicle. Furthermore, cities are increasingly investing in public transportation and pedestrian-friendly initiatives, signaling a shift away from car-centric planning. This evolving landscape could redefine the American dream to emphasize mobility solutions that prioritize accessibility over ownership. Number 4. The shift toward shared mobility. The rise of shared mobility services, such as ride-hailing and car-sharing platforms, represents a significant shift in how people perceive transportation. These services offer convenience and flexibility, allowing individuals to access vehicles without the financial and logistical burdens of ownership. As more consumers turn to shared mobility options, the traditional notion of car ownership as a key component of the American dream may wane. This trend not only reflects changing consumer preferences, but also highlights a broader societal shift toward communal resources and sustainability. The idea of sharing vehicles can foster a sense of community and reduce the overall number of cars on the road, contributing to lower emissions and less congestion. However, this shift also raises questions about the future of car manufacturing, dealership networks, and the job market for individuals employed in the traditional automotive sector. Number 3. Generational differences in attitudes toward ownership. Generational attitudes toward car ownership are evolving, with younger consumers often prioritizing experiences over material possessions. For millennials and Gen Z, the desire for flexibility and convenience can outweigh the traditional benefits associated with car ownership. Many young people view vehicles as a burden rather than a status symbol, leading to a decline in the importance of car ownership in their lives. Number 2. Government policy and regulation. Government policies and regulations play a crucial role in shaping the automotive landscape and influencing consumer behavior. As policymakers introduce measures aimed at reducing emissions and promoting electric vehicles, traditional automakers face pressure to adapt quickly. Incentives for electric vehicle purchases and investments in charging infrastructure are essential for supporting the transition to greener alternatives, but these efforts can be met with resistance from consumers accustomed to traditional vehicles. Number 1. Economic disparities and access to mobility. The growing economic disparities in the United States further complicate the car crisis and its implications for the American dream. For many Americans, the dream of car ownership is already fraught with challenges related to income inequality, access to financing, and the rising cost of living. Low-income individuals may find it difficult to save for a vehicle or afford the associated costs, such as insurance and maintenance, making car ownership an unattainable aspiration. Conclusion. The car crisis in America represents a significant turning point for the concept of the American dream. Rising vehicle prices, changing consumer preferences, environmental concerns, economic factors, and technological disruption are all contributing to a landscape where car ownership is no longer the unassailable symbol of success it once was. As society grapples with these changes, the notion of the American dream will need to be redefined to reflect the evolving values and aspirations of future generations. Thanks for joining us on this eye-opening exploration of America's car crisis. If you found this discussion as thought-provoking as we did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the challenges facing everyday Americans. Drop your thoughts in the comments. How do you think we can address this crisis and restore the American dream? Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.